I told you before, I've lived in my house for 8 years, and the neighbor next to me knows my name, always says hello by my name. I have no idea what his name is.
So funny.
And either does my wife, and we can't figure out how to like get his name without
Easy.
being obvious that
Easy. Steal the mail.
yeah, I
Just
mean,
go
I guess.
in the mailbox.
No, because then you grab the wrong piece of mail and you're like, "Hey, Ted." And he's
Yeah.
like,
Right, yeah. So we always trying to figure out a way to like get the name.
If it is Ted, this would be a bad one as well. Hey, remind me, how do you spell your name? T-E-D, like every other Ted ever.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah.
All right.
You know who got me good with that? Jack Harris. When I was an intern, and I had to work with Jack Harris one day, and he goes, we talked for about 5 minutes, and he goes, "And what's your name again?" And I go, "Mike." He goes, "No, I know Mike. What's your last name?" He didn't know Mike.
Yeah.
I said, "Calta." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Is that Italian?" And he totally threw me out. That's a smart move.
That
Yeah.
is a good move. Yeah. I've had
You can't be to your neighbor. What's your last name?
I've had full conversations with this guy, and I don't know his name.
And you could do last name to him because you can go, what is your name? And whenever he says Bill, and you know last name, whatever. And whatever he says, go, oh, for some reason I thought it was like a Polish last name or a German last name. You know, something like that.
That is a great
That would be
idea.
bad.
But
Yeah.
you could also say that you had a piece of mail
Yeah.
and be like, what, and say, what's your name? He'll say Bill and be like, no, your last name, and be like, oh no, I have something for William blank, different last name,
But I don't
different
know if
neighbor.
he's Bill.
But
No,
that's
no,
what I'm
but
saying.
whatever
Whatever
he
his
says,
name,
Yeah.
He'll
if
say,
it's Richard,
go, what is your name? And he'll say John, and then you go, oh, what's the last name.
That's awkward. It's awkward.
There are times that I'll sit in my car in the driveway because he's out there, and I don't want him to awkwardly.
It's impeding on your life.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do. You need to get one of your junk jockey friends to come over.
Yeah.
And when you see him, be like, "Hey, this is my friend from Junk Jockey, Steve." And then he goes, "What's your name?" And he does the friend for
That's a
you.
good idea. Yeah.
So
Or-
you do the setup.
I'm just throwing this out there. Or you could just be honest and say you don't know his name.
No.
You can just say, I
Don't
know
do
we were
that.
together.
You're a bad neighbor. You're a bad neighbor. You're a bad neighbor.
I mean, I'm not a bad neighbor. I'm
Don't
honest.
do that, and don't do that on the most listened to morning show in all of Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
either.
No.
Don't let do that.
It's been 8 years. My kids go over there and help them all the time. I've had
do?
Ask them.
full conversations. I had. My son went over there and he asked my son if he'd help him get some stuff out of the attic, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And I go, "Dude, you got to find out what his name is when you go over there." He's like, "I don't know what to say."
Your neighbor,
I hope he
who you-
listens to the show
Oh, no.
and he's
your
listening
neighbor
to this.
who you don't know his name is asking your son to go in his garage for him and into his attic.
Yeah.
I don't even ask my son to do that.
He was asking him to get. He was getting some Christmas decorations down, and he asked him. He's an
Is he
older.
older?
Man. Yeah, he's an
Yeah.
older man. Yeah.
They had
he doesn't have a camera video guy to do it. So
All right.
They had a skit on Saturday Night Live, and it was what is his name that's been on there forever? The black kid,
Keenan?
Keenan, yeah. And he comes out and he's dressed as a doorman. It's a game show, and he goes, "I've been your doorman for 18 years.
yeah.
I helped your son when he skinned his knee. This and that, blah blah blah. I get the car, your door from your car every day. What's my name?"
Oh yeah, dude. If he said that, like they went out of town and he paid my daughter to water his plants while they were gone and stuff. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Right, and they were in the house.
no, it was out. It was all
Oh.
outside. But yeah, so super nice guy.
That's my neighbors. They took care of Ralphie for me. Fed Ralphie while I was away for a
Yeah.
couple of days. That was awesome of them.
So I'm always like, "Hey man, how are you?"
I know my other neighbor. I know her, but I don't know her husband's name.
Yeah.
He's just not very talkative, so I don't really see him.
Call him Quiet Jim. Easy.
But that's the thing. They all got like I know old Chinese guy
Yeah.
next door. I don't know that he's Chinese or really how old he is,
Yeah.
but he's old Chinese
Yeah.
guy.
Call him that though. To his face.
I don't know how he got my name though, because I don't remember like a formal introduction. He just would start seeing me in the driveway and say, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, George, what's up?"
probably talked to your wife, and she told him.
No, she
She doesn't know either.
She don't know either. We all the time are trying to figure out ways to figure out his name.
You're horrible people.
Yeah.